We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m., a tragic update. We're learning that a second firefighter has died after being injured in last week's fire in northwest Baltimore. Coming up, how the community is preparing to honor the first firefighter who was killed. A new plan to curb crime in Baltimore. The planned mayoral candidate Sheila Dixon is pitching to voters. And in just an hour, lawmakers in D.C. will gather for yet another vote for House Speaker. Coming up, the old face that's making a new pitch for the job. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We begin with breaking news. A second firefighter has died following last week's fire in northwest Baltimore. We are learning that Lieutenant Dylan Ronaldo died this morning after being injured in that Thursday fire. The city has lost 5 firefighters in less than 2 years. EMT firefighter Rodney Pitts III was also killed in last week's fire. Happening today, there is a memorial service for Pitts. You can pay your respects today and tomorrow at the Duderock Funeral Home in Dundalk. The funeral will be Friday at 10 a.m. at the Cathedral of Mary Our Queen in Baltimore. Now to a city in crisis, a new plan to curb the violence. Mayoral candidate Sheila Dixon laying out her plan to voters during a Fox 45 News Hour Voice Your Future town hall. Now we have team coverage of the crime crisis and the work to end it. We begin with Shannon Lilly for a closer look at the town hall.
Well, there was a lot about the crime crisis, and really what it comes down to is people are not feeling safe in their own communities. Now, we know that homicides and non-fatal shootings are down from this time last year, but what we are seeing are robberies and car thefts skyrocketing. We're also seeing violent assaults happening in communities across the city. And so one of the panelists that we heard from is Chief Judge of the Baltimore City Circuit Court, Wanda Hurd. She pointed out that her community tried to take action on its own, but didn't get as much help as they wanted from the police department. Meanwhile, Sheila Dixon is making it clear she wants to tackle violence at every level, not just honing in on reducing homicides and non-fatal shootings. Take a listen.
You can play the number game with murders and numbers of guns you're collecting, but it's about the quality of life for every neighborhood, for every citizen. And you can't ignore that or prioritize quality of life. And that's one of the things, and I know people say you don't want to go on the past, but one of the things we focused on in order to reduce crime, not only with the number of guns off the street and the number of murders reduced, but the quality of life in neighborhoods.
We called an emergency meeting of our community, and about almost 200 people showed up. There were some folks there from the police department that listened to us, but we really didn't get much of a change in the behavior that was taking place. Because there were break-ins and carjackings and car thefts, they were low priority compared to what was going on in the periphery of where we live. But for the residents who pay their taxes and live in their houses, they had fear.
So it comes down to a quality of life issue. Now, as you just heard, the conversation really centered around public safety last night, but we will continue to press leaders and candidates about the topics most important to you, the voters, as we get closer to the May primary election. Reporting this morning, I'm Shannon Lilly, Fox 45 News, Midday.
If you missed last night's town hall, you can watch it Saturday at 1 on MyTV Baltimore. It will air again the same day at 11 on the CW. On Sunday, it will air at midnight right here on Fox 45. You can also stream the entire town hall online right now at foxbaltimore.com. A disturbing story out of South Baltimore. Take a look at this surveillance video here. This captures the moments that this attack happens. This man is riding a scooter in South Baltimore, and you see those people jump out of the car. Well, now City Councilman Eric Costello, who represents that district, is laying out his frustration in a fiery letter to the city's deputy mayor for public safety. Olivia Dance continues our team coverage with a closer look at his calls for change.
Well, residents are, of course, on edge. The attack happened right at this intersection of Sharp and York Streets. Just across the street is the Federal Reserve Bank, which has cameras and security all around it. We're zooming into one of those cameras right now. Now, Councilman Eric Costello says the attack is just one of 49 like it across the city this weekend, and he is criticizing Baltimore police for never following up with the victim or searching for surveillance video. Costello is now demanding the troubling trend be addressed and the suspects arrested. Let's go ahead and take a look at home surveillance video, which caught the attack and shows a car nearly missing a man riding a scooter. Two cars then trap the victim, and several suspects jump out, demanding he hand over his phone and wallet. The victim agrees, then darts off as the suspects follow close behind. The incident, of course, causing concern among other residents.
I didn't think somebody would rob somebody on a scooter.
It makes me feel like I need to be thinking twice about where I am in the evening.
The incident comes on the heels of a similar crime spree last week. BPD reporting half a dozen carjackings and armed robberies stretching from Canton to Federal Hill. And in Federal Hill, an attack on an innocent dog walker. In a fiery letter sent to Baltimore Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Anthony Barksdale, Costello writing, quote, "These violent individuals need to be arrested and this pattern of crimes needs to be ended," end quote.
I'm confident in Deputy Mayor Barksdale, but I've lost confidence in the administration's ability to manage this problem. I have spent every waking moment over the last 5 days fielding phone calls, text messages, and emails from residents who don't feel safe. People are scared to come out of their home in the middle of broad daylight. That is insane.
Fox 45 News reached out to Deputy Barksdale and BPD asking how they plan to address this crime trend and also address Costello and residents' concerns. But so far this morning, we haven't heard back yet. For now, reporting in Baltimore, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News.
To read the councilman's full letter, just go to our website, foxbaltimore.com. Developing right now in the Middle East, Israel says it launched airstrikes at Syria. The Israeli military says the strikes hit multiple military sites in southern Syria. At least 8 soldiers were killed, according to Syrian state media. Israel says the strikes were in response to rocket launches from Syria toward Israel on Tuesday. The new death toll now tops 7,000, with 5,700 of those in Gaza. American casualties are now up to 33, with 10 still unaccounted for. Fox 45 is partnering with Magen David Adom for Sinclair Cares, humanitarian relief for Israel. Magen David Adom is the Red Cross affiliate providing emergency medical aid for all people in Israel. To help, you can scan the QR code on your screen, or you can go to sinclaircares.com. Still ahead, we've made it to the middle of the work week, but it wasn't easy for a lot of workers. Coming up, how many say they're feeling burned out or run down, and how you can avoid that. And another vote for House Speaker set for the coming hour. Coming up, how outset Speaker Kevin McCarthy is apparently trying to get his job back with a catch. And Mark Meadows gets immunity. Coming up, how that could impact Donald Trump's defense in the election interference case.
And we are getting ready for a beautiful afternoon with above average temperatures. We'll reach the upper 70s, but later this weekend, we're talking the 80s. I'll let you know how warm the temperatures get in my Weather Authority forecast.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:10 now, and taking a look at your social stream. A floor vote for House Speaker is set for noon today. Representative Mike Johnson is the fourth Republican attempting to be the next Speaker of the House. More than 3 weeks have passed since Representative Kevin McCarthy was kicked out as House Speaker, but there are reports that he wants the job back. According to CNBC, McCarthy wants to be back in that role, but he would also have Representative Jim Jordan as Assistant Speaker. Jordan is a Trump ally and was a nominee for House Speaker, but just didn't get enough votes to succeed. Your reaction to that? You've got one person who's all for it. Paul says, I think it's a perfect fit. Let's do McCarthy-Jordan, co-speakers. Another person saying House Republicans are floating the idea of Kevin McCarthy and Jim Jordan as co-speakers of the House, because it takes 2 Republican men to do the job that one Democrat woman made look easy for 8 years. ABC News is reporting that Donald Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, has been granted an immunity deal by special counsel Jack Smith in the election interference case against the former president. According to ABC News, Meadows has spoken with Smith's team at least 3 times this year as part of the deal, including once before a federal grand jury. Meadows reportedly told investigators he did not believe the election was stolen and that Trump was being dishonest with voters when he proclaimed victory shortly after polls closed in 2020. Trump has pleaded not guilty in the case. This is what you have to say about it this morning. The evidence is overwhelming in these cases. It's just a matter of time at this point. Another one saying none of that matters until evidence is shown in court. Then the real info will come out and not speculation. Well, Hurricane Otis makes landfall in Mexico. It hit the southern Pacific coast as a Category 5 early this morning. Otis is expected to drop as much as 15 inches of rain in some areas of Mexico. You've got people praying that they're all okay. I hope everyone is okay. And then another one saying, I hope the damages are as minor as possible. Still ahead, keeping kids safe online. The doctor the FBI is bringing on board as it works to regulate tech. And concerns about airport safety after a traveler gets a gun past TSA and onto a flight. Coming up, the lawmaker who did it and the charges he is now facing. And later today at noon, it's Karamo. Then at 1, it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. Your time now, 11:12 on Fox 45 News Midday. (11:14) and developing now. Ahead of the busy holiday travel season, questions are swirling about airport safety after TSA agents let a gun through security. It belonged to Washington State Senator Jeff Wilson. The Republican says he realized it was in his carry-on mid-flight. Wilson reported it to Customs when he landed in Hong Kong. He was arrested and charged with possession of an unregistered firearm. TSA says it's currently investigating the circumstances, but it remains unclear how the gun was missed. Earlier this month, TSA officers at BWI Thurgood Marshall announced a new record number of guns that had been caught by agents at the Baltimore airport. At that time that the agency made the announcement, it said 36 guns had been caught. At security checkpoints at BWI, the TSA is reminding travelers that weapons are not allowed in your carry-on bags. Making headlines, Maryland is among 36 states suing Facebook's parent company. The attorneys general are going after what they call addictive practices regarding Facebook and Instagram. They argue the social media company targets kids and negatively impacts their well-being. The attorneys general are asking the companies to immediately address practices like algorithms that keep feeding kids with content and constant notifications.
They are contributing, not solely, but they do contribute to teen suicide. And attorneys general are prepared with experts and other evidence to demonstrate the harm that is the result of the practices by Meta of luring young people to their platforms, addicting them, and creating the harms that we're prepared to show.
This year, a number of school districts sued social media companies over their effect on students. They include Harford, Howard, and Montgomery counties. 11:16, here's a look at today's top trending stories. Trending number one, overnight a 15-year-old was airlifted after being shot in Edgewood. Police say it happened on Harford Square Drive near the Aces and Jacks hardware store. The investigation is ongoing. Trending number two, a teenager who was shot at a playground near Edmondson Heights Elementary School remains in the hospital. Baltimore police say it happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. No elementary school students were hurt. Police are still searching for the shooter. Trending number three, a young child is safe after the car they were in was stolen in East Baltimore. Police say that child was in the back seat when the car was taken near Elwood Park. The child was later dropped off near Pulaski Highway. Baltimore police say at least one person is in custody. Trending number four, a 13-year-old girl is in custody accused of an attempted car theft in the Brooklyn Park neighborhood. Anne Arundel County police say they spotted a group of young people trying to take a Kia. The group ran, but police caught the 13-year-old. Trending number five, a grand jury indicts the man accused of killing Baltimore Tech CEO Pavel Lapierre. Jason Billingsley is also accused of crimes in three separate cases. In addition to the murder, he's accused in an arson and rape that occurred a week before Lapierre's death. Download the Fox 45 News app for up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, breaking news and weather anytime. Search WBFF in your app store. Coming up later tonight at 4, 911 calls in Baltimore seeing major delays. We press Mayor Brandon Scott on the alarming new findings. Victims of auto thefts continue to speak out as they struggle to retrieve their property. Why they continue to run into roadblocks. Then at 6, House Republicans set to vote on the latest Speaker nominee. Fox 45 News is bringing you up-to-date developments as a government shutdown looms. 11:18 and now to today's talking point. The Federal Trade Commission wants to hire at least one child psychologist to help with internet regulations. According to the FTC, psychologists would be able to help figure out the mental health impacts of what kids and young people do online. There is no set hiring timeline. The plan comes as federal and state lawmakers have pushed for more laws that would make stronger protections for kids. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And Mark, there's so much talk about the social media platforms harming our kids. Do you think there is something to that, or is this much ado about nothing? And you know,
oh no, it's our new. I think it's ridiculous. We're talking about they're hiring. They were specific on that. They're hiring one person.
One.
They're like, hey,
not a team, not a company.
Right. This is right. The social media impact is stifling, and if you have kids, you see it at work. Right. And so the fact that, again, this is a question speaks to, I think, how far behind. All you have to do is watch any of the conversations when they bring the tech people into Congress, and these questions from these old people are hilarious.
And, well...
Now, what is www dot?
So they don't understand it because it's not what they do and spend their time on. Yeah. But if you listen to any of the social media, founders and officials and so forth, they will tell you they don't let their kids on it. So right. If they're not letting their kids on it, then there's a reason, and you ought to be shamed for letting everybody else's kids on it. But then you have the other folks that said, just parent your child, and don't let them do it. Oh. So
how hard that is.
Right. All right, Mark.
Thanks.
Well, it's time now for your wild and wonderful weather with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax, and she is keeping a close eye on Hurricane Otis. Jasmine.
That's right, Patrice. We are seeing some awful photos coming in this morning. That system made landfall earlier on, and these are photos coming in near Acapulco, Mexico. You can see the damage to buildings. Looks like a little bit of flooding on the streets as well, and just a blackout. Not much power reported in that area, all from the gusty winds and the heavy rain that they've been experiencing. And still now we are keeping track of Otis as it continues to move over Mexico, continuing toward the northwest. Now it's quickly weakening. That is some good news. It was a Category 4 hurricane earlier, and it's now a Category 1 hurricane. It'll continue to weaken, and by this afternoon, we're actually looking at a tropical storm. Meanwhile, it's nice and quiet here around Maryland. We have some showers to our west ahead of a cold front, but we are looking at a nice and dry forecast over the next several days. 64 for the current temperature and mostly cloudy right now, but those temperatures quickly on the rise. We're mainly seeing the 50s and 60s around the state. As we continue into the afternoon, though, temperatures reach the mid to upper 70s. That's well above average for this time of year, so if you plan on going apple picking or pumpkin picking today, it'll be perfect for that with nice weather. As we continue into the afternoon, we'll have a good mix of sunshine and clouds. We stay mostly dry, but a stray shower can't be ruled out. As we continue into the day tomorrow, we'll start with temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Fairly mild, and we'll continue to see numbers rise. We're looking at highs in the upper 70s and the low 80s. That warm trend will continue into Friday. Again, a stray shower possible, but we're really not looking at any significant rain chances over the next few days. Friday stays dry by the afternoon with high temperatures close to record highs in the low 80s. We'll stay dry into Saturday. Continuing into Sunday, temperatures will also be in the upper 70s, low 80s. Then as we move forward into Monday, we have our next chance for showers, 73. We're looking at the 60s for Halloween, and after that, the 50s and 60s. Back to you.
60s isn't bad for Halloween. Still ahead, Taco Bell says the fight to liberate Taco Tuesday is over. Coming up, the final holdout on its ongoing trademark dispute. But first, it's an award nobody wants. The rattiest cities in the U.S. Coming up, which city took home the top spot and where Baltimore ranks on the list. And a big night of all new primetime. First at 8, it's The Masked Singer. Then at 9, it's Snake Oil. Then it's Fox 45 News at 10, followed by the late edition at 11. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. Baltimore is being named one of the nation's rattiest cities. Pest control company Orkin is out with its annual list of the rattiest cities in the U.S. Baltimore is ranked number 7. For the 9th year in a row, Chicago took home the top spot. L.A. was number 2, New York was number 3, D.C. and San Francisco round out the top 5. Big news from Apple. The company is announcing a new product event. It is happening this coming Monday. Apple didn't say what it will be revealing, but it did refer to the event as a scary fast product launch. That is fueling speculation that it will be debuting its new M3 chip, which is supposed to boost performance on new Macs. Well, despite the ongoing auto worker strike, General Motors is announcing better than expected profits. GM made more than a $3 billion profit this quarter. The battle over the Taco Tuesday trademark is officially over. The trademark has now been dropped in all 50 states. Previously, Taco Bell claimed a victory when the trademark was released everywhere but New Jersey. However, the final holdout in Jersey, a restaurant there, has now parted ways with the term. Earlier this year, Taco Bell sued to have the trademark dissolved, saying it's too common of a phrase to trademark. Well, that's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Coming up on Be More Lifestyle, Patrice, schools are telling kids to leave the phones alone and leave them at home. We'll talk about it coming up next on Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I'm Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Radio personality Che Parker is in the building, along with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. Good morning, ladies. How's it going?
Good morning.
Yes, right. Good morning. Doing well.
Good morning. So, look, It's hump day, and more than half of American workers say they're experiencing at least moderate levels of burnout. A new survey found a heavy workload was the biggest reason workers are feeling the burn. To avoid burnout, experts suggest you prioritize good sleep habits, eat well, and exercise, and maintain strong social connections. Che, you're busy, you're out, about, you're this amazing personality. How do you do it? How do you not burn out?
Can I be completely honest with you? I am for sure burnt out. And I think something that people get confused about burnout is that it's less about taking the time off and really more about removing something off the plate. Because we can say, you know, we're going to exercise, we're going to go get a massage, you know, we're going to sleep 8 hours a night. But to be honest, do our work lives really support that lifestyle? I don't know.
Shay dropping little diamonds this morning. Jasmine, how do you do it? How do you stop all the pressure of being a weather expert? How do you not burn out?
I mean, what they recommended, I try to do that, try to eat, socialize. But, you know, I think all of this could be solved by making the work week 4 days.
Okay,
that's my solution.
There we go. There we go.
Well, I like that, Jasmine.
Well, I'm going to say this. As somebody, I'm older than you guys, but I will say pursuing a passion, a job that you love, makes it, I think, a whole thing. Because to be honest, I've never had a burnout thing because I've always done what I love to do. Except when I didn't have a job when I was in the basement, then I burned out. Okay, more and more school. More and more schools are banning phones. Some schools are even making students lock them away in a special phone pouch. While some parents like the idea of kids unplugging, some say they have safety concerns about their kids not having access to a phone. I'm going to say this. I actually don't have a problem if the kids did not have access to the phone. My wife would disagree, but it's almost like, I'm like, you know what, you in school, I'm old school. You in school, do the school, no fun stuff. What do you say, Che?
I mean, honestly, I agree with you. I think, you know, when we take away the phones, even with me, when I put my phone away and I put it in a drawer or on the counter somewhere, I am much more engaged. I'm paying attention. I'm interacting with who's in my presence more. But I do understand why there may be some concern over this, because with all the school shootings that have happened, you know, in the previous years, parents want to be able to have, you know, a direct line to their child.
All right, Jazz, we don't have time for your take. I want you to tell it. Should kids be allowed to have their phones in school? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the Lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, if you're looking to get rid of belly fat, I know I am. A Mediterranean diet could help. A new study found that those who follow the Mediterranean diet reduce belly fat and muscle mass caused by aging. But diet alone may not be enough. The group also exercise regularly. So everyone wants to know, Jasmine, you keep your super fit figure. I know you're a big Pilates person. What do you think about the Mediterranean diet? Would you like some hummus?
I agree. One, I love Mediterranean food, but two, it's very much based on fish, and I'm a pescatarian. So
there you go.
My diet is almost a Mediterranean diet.
Che, more avocados for you?
Yuck. Give me the fried chicken. Give me the French fries. Give me the ribs, the mac and cheese. I mean, I try to be right. Yeah, but I'm not doing the hummus, Mark. I'm not.
Have some more hummus. Well, look, thanks for joining us as always, Che. Make sure you watch the #1 radio show that Che is a part of, doing her thing. Appreciate you. And then, of course, our top weather queen will be coming up later in the show. Still ahead, understanding our health is more than just making sense of a medical chart. Coming up, how to get help making sense of different medical plans now that open enrollment is coming up. But first, there's a new type of security camera, and it's powered by artificial intelligence. Coming up, how the AI-powered camera can help give you peace of mind. Stick around, great show on the way.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Having a good security cam can do a lot for peace of mind, whether you're at home or away. Stacey Bell from America Steals and Deals is here to share details about a new AI-powered security camera to help keep you safe and sound.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I've been doing a lot of research on security cameras because you have to keep your home and your family safe, and there's always a sacrifice until I found the Ola smart security camera. There is nothing else like this on the market. You want to know what sets it apart? The artificial intelligence, AI. You can talk to this camera, it understands you and answers you. I could say, "Hola, did Danielle come home last night?" It answers me and sends me a clip of her coming into the house. It can do that because it has body, face, and voice recognition. So you can program it to recognize your family members or friends who are constantly in and out of your house. It uses an app, so it's really easy to use. Another feature that we really like is the fall alert. If you have older parents and it's hard for them to maybe get into and out of your house, Ola will alert you if they fall. You can talk to them, you can send help, and tell me this, who isn't worried about porch pirates? There's also a package alert, so you know exactly when your packages were delivered. They really thought of everything. Ola was developed by ex-military officials, and every safety feature that you could think of in a smart camera, they really did it here. Right now, we're offering 30% off on the Ola smart security camera. Head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Aetna, a CVS health company.
Millions of older Americans rely on Medicare as a crucial support for their health and wellness. Yet a recent survey suggests that nearly 90% of adults struggle with understanding health-related information. With the Medicare annual enrollment period underway, joining us now to discuss is Terry Swanson, president of Medicare at Aetna, a CVS health company. Madam President, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you having me.
Sure. So how can people improve their understanding of Medicare plans and what they offer?
I think it's really important for people to start with what's important to them. You know, what do you need for your health this year? What are the unexpected things that might happen that you want to prepare for? And, you know, kind of once you have that baseline of what's important to you, then you can go to some trusted sources, sort through your options, and arrive at the best choice that's going to fit your needs.
And I guess these are the questions people should be asking before enrolling in a Medicare plan?
Yeah, there are a few key questions that I recommend people, you know, kind of ask themselves before they get into their plan choices. The first one is really about affordability. What fits into your budget? Second, you want to make sure your doctors, your hospital, and your favorite pharmacy are in your plan's network. And thirdly, also very important, is your prescription drugs. You want to make sure that your drugs are covered and that you know what those are going to cost through the plans that you're considering.
And what should people know about star ratings and why are they important?
In the case of Medicare plans, they're rated on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. 5 is the best, and it's an indication of the quality of that plan. So, you know, we're very proud at Aetna Medicare that 87% of our members are in a plan that's rated 4 stars or higher.
And how do people ensure they get the most value out of their plan?
Well, the great thing about Medicare Advantage plans is not only do they take care of you for those basics like hospital stays or doctor visits, they also provide a lot of additional benefits that can help you stretch your dollar. So depending on your needs and what's most important to you, you can find a Medicare Advantage plan that's really going to add value.
And as we wrap things up, where can our viewers go for more information?
There's a couple of places. One, you can always go to Medicare.gov. That's the government site. Put in your zip code and you'll see a list of all the plans available in your area. And of course, we would love it if you came on over to AetnaMedicare.com, where you can see your Aetna choices, as well as some helpful resources and checklists that you can use to make sure that you're choosing a plan that's right for you.
Thank you for this great information and joining us on the show, okay?
All right. Thank you, Mark. Have a great day.
You too. Take care. Still ahead, rising prescription costs are having a devastating effect on seniors. Nearly 1 in 5 has cut back or delayed prescriptions due to costs. Coming up, how you can save on prescription costs. But first, it's a fun community event that will help you bring warmth to these cold fall nights. Coming up, how you can chow down at the Star, Stripes, and Chow Chili Cook-Off. Coming up.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
One of the best ways to warm up as the temperature drops is with, of course, chili. And one of the best ways to sample great chili is at the Star, Stripes, and Chow Chili Edition. Here to tell us more is Kim Kalari of the Baltimore station. I hope I didn't jack up your last name.
That's all right.
I know your name. So, Kim, I mean, look, we don't have chili today.
No, I'm sorry.
We don't have chili today, but we're going to have chili at the cook-off.
Yes, we will.
So tell us about that and what the funds go to.
So we will have a lot of chili on Saturday, November 4th from 1 to 4:30 at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. We
awesome.
have 9 teams participating this year from throughout Baltimore, and they are all competing for the best chili.
Everybody wants to have the best chili. Now, what's included in the ticket price?
So for the ticket price, you get all the chili that you want to taste.
Come on now, that's my language.
Yep. Beer and wine, beverages. You also get pizza from Pizza to Joey. We've got the Knights of Columbus serving up pit beef, pit turkey. We've got cupcakes decorating, a family fun, a kids zone, raffles, everything all included in your price.
And tell us about, I had a chance to meet you when I'm doing So Baltimore. Tell us about the organization and the cause you guys support.
So the Baltimore station, we've been around for 34 years, and we support homeless veterans recovering from substance abuse and mental and behavioral health challenges. So the men live with us for up to 2 years, and when they graduate with a permanent house, a sustainable income, and most importantly, the tools they need to lead a life of recovery.
I love it. And we talked about, I guess after COVID, there's some adjustments. And what are we seeing now? More people participating? What's the after COVID, how are things looking now in a different space?
COVID, as you know, was tough for us, but now, veterans are seeking treatment, which is what we want. They're coming in off the street looking for help. And so I always like to tell the community that, we will take a veteran from anywhere in the country. So if folks see veterans, in their passing and their, where they frequent and they need help, to please refer them to us because we need to treat them and we need to get them the help that they deserve.
Well, I just want to say you do an amazing job.
Thank you.
Over the years, I got a chance to get to know what you're doing. And I understand you have changed positions a little bit, but we need to know, where can we purchase these tickets and support this organization?
Yes, because 100% of what we raise next weekend will support the men in our program. So you can go to baltimorestation.org. All the information is on there, and we're looking forward to a great, great day. 9th year, which is crazy.
The 9th year, amazing.
Ninth year.
Thank you for all that you do. Keep up the great work, okay?
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much. All right, let's, speaking of awesome, let's check in with meteorologist Jasmine Lomax. What's up, Jasmine?
We are heading down south to the Carolinas, taking a look at these beautiful photos of autumn. You've got the beautiful skies in the background, the hills and the trees. Absolutely stunning photos coming in there. And we are starting to see leaves change colors in our area too. We're still a couple weeks away from that peak foliage, but if you plan on getting outside and enjoying the nice fall weather, maybe seeing those leaves, it looks great today. And really over the next few days, we're talking above average temperatures. It's already nice and warm across the state right now. 64 over Baltimore with mostly cloudy skies. We've mainly got the 60s, a few spots in the 50s, and we even have the upper 60s and the low 70s. Salisbury, Ocean City, 2 of the warm spots on the map with plenty of sunshine there. As we head into the afternoon, our temperatures will reach the mid to upper 70s. If you plan on going apple picking or pumpkin picking, it looks great across the state. We'll have nice and pleasant temperatures this afternoon and also dry weather. Not much is happening around our region. A few showers to our north and also to our west. We're not looking at any major rain chances. There could be a stray shower over the next couple days, but really a beautiful and dry forecast. On the future scan, notice we stay dry this afternoon. Overnight, possibly a stray shower, but waking up tomorrow to a mix of sunshine and clouds. By the afternoon, temperatures will reach the upper 70s and possibly the low 80s for some areas. We'll start off with mostly dry weather for Friday morning, and then into the afternoon, we could be looking at record-breaking highs as temperatures reach the low 80s once again. We'll stay dry moving into Saturday, preparing for another warm day. We're also keeping watch on Hurricane Otis. It is now a Category 1 hurricane. It was a Category 5 that underwent rapid intensification before making landfall near Acapulco, Mexico. That will continue to weaken, and we're looking at a tropical storm later this afternoon. 77 for the high. It looks great today and tomorrow and over the next few days. 79 for Thursday, 82 on Friday. We could be looking at record-breaking highs even into Saturday. 83 for the high, then 79 on Sunday, 73 on Monday. We'll have our next chance for a few spotty showers, but the day won't be a washout. After that, expect a major cool down for Halloween with highs around 62. Then after that, temperatures stay below average in the 50s and 60s. Back to you.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Protect Our Care.
With prescription drug prices skyrocketing, nearly 1 in 5 seniors reported they delayed or skipped medications last year because of cost. However, during the 2024 enrollment period, seniors will see new savings on prescription drug costs. Here to tell us more is Leslie Dock, founder and chair of Protect Our Care. Welcome to the show, Leslie. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Sure. Can you tell us about the impact of rising prescription drug prices on seniors?
As you said, the cost of drugs is a big problem for seniors. They live on a fixed income, and they're often take a lot of medications. And so as a result, they've been forced to either skip doses or cut pills in half, none of which is a good thing. But now when they enroll in Medicare is now better than ever. They're going to see real savings that are going to make a difference to their health and to their finances.
And how does the Inflation Reduction Act benefit patients this upcoming year?
Well, as you know, the president signed the law into the Inflation Reduction Act into law a year ago, and the benefits have started, and they're going to get even better this coming year. And perhaps even more important, Medicare is going to have the power to negotiate for the first time with drug companies to get these prices lower. If you add all of this together, seniors are going to save hundreds, if not and possibly thousands of dollars a year. That's going to make a difference in their health, in their financial security, and frankly, not just for them, but for their families who worry about them all the time.
And Leslie, this is good news. Then what can be done to further protect patients?
I think also it's important for patients to know and seniors to know that they don't have to do anything special on their Medicare. They will get these benefits just as part of the package. So if you were cutting your insulin in half, if you were leaving the pharmacy when you heard how expensive a vaccine was, please go back and take care of yourselves. That's number one. But we could also, frankly, use your help because there are a lot of people in Congress who are still trying to take these benefits away. The drug companies are in courts. Their lobbyists are on the halls of Capitol Hill. So please, if you do care about these things, let your elected officials know about it.
Well, Leslie, as we wrap, thank you for what you're doing and continue to do. And where can our viewers get more information?
If they're on Medicare and they have questions about their plan, they can go to Medicare.gov, the official site. It's very good. They also have a great call center. And if they want to know more about what could be done to advocate for better and more affordable health care, they can go to our website, protectourcare.org.
All right, sir. Thanks again for this great information. It's powerful.
Thank you.
Take care. And don't forget, the action is back. It's an all-new Masked Singer tonight, and it's a celebration of all things Harry Potter, but not everyone will move forward. One person will get cut. See who's revealed in tonight's Unmasking. You can watch the Masked Singer tonight at 8 o'clock right here on Fox 45. Now, still ahead, should kids be allowed to keep their phones with them at school? More and more schools are making kids lock them away. Coming up, we'll see where you stand in the debate.